So if you're facing this way, upside down, you're going to put a little bit of, helps if you open it, put some adhesive here on both sides. Now maybe a little extra at the edges. I'm going to fold that in. Now this is the reason why we trimmed off at the angle there, so that it wouldn't interfere with the assembly of your box, right? So these just come in nicely up to the folds. I'm going to fold this one in here as well. Okay, and the reason now, rather than just cutting this off as part of the template, I wanted a nice clean edge. I wanted it to be a little bit sturdier. Single ply cardstock will tend to warp and it won't hold up over time as nicely as a double edge will. So this is going to give the top and the bottom of your box a nice rigid frame. Okay, so we're going to repeat this over here on the other half. I'm going to tuck these in here nice and neat as well. Okay, next we're going to start putting this box together. So you lay your piece out, fold the triangle up, and apply your adhesive. And then tuck it inside. I'm just going to do this so that the camera picks it up. There we go. You want this actually to be squared up on the bottom. So square that up there, nice and neat, and press down so that it's in place. And you want to go and put some adhesive on here too, on this flap on the bottom side again, and tuck it inside. Again, same thing, is square it up nice and neat on the bottom. There we go, turn it over. Oops. Works better if you hold it. There we go. And press that down here. Okay, so there's one half of your box. How easy was that, really? Okay, let's go and repeat for the other side. This time I'm going to be smart and put my adhesive over here beforehand, so I don't have to hold it up in the air and try to put my adhesive on. So my tape runner's not dispensing so well. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing here all over again. I'm going to line this up nice and square underneath. Press in place. Okay, this one same thing. Tuck it in there, nice and neat. And there we have our two halves. The next thing we're going to do is join them together. I'm going to marry these up here. I'm going to find out which way they fit together the best, because there usually is one way that works better than the others. So, on the piece with this overhanging, this is the hinge piece, let's put some adhesive on here next. And you want to put a generous amount on, because this is what's holding the two halves together. There we go. Okay, so I put on a fairly generous amount of adhesive here. I'm going to put these two sides together. Okay, so they look nice and even and seamless, and just kind of gently press that into place and turn it over and give it a good press. Okay, so there's the framework of your box. Alright, so we're going to set this aside for now. We're going to work on making the trays that go inside, and there's 3 of them. 2 of them I have already pre-assembled and they're ready, but I'll show you how to do the first, how to make them to begin with. They are 4 5/8 by 4 5/8 each. So you want 3 of those. You need to put them on your scoreboard and score at 7/8 of an inch on all 4 sides. All the way around, all 4 sides. Okay. take that off the board. And then what you're going to do next is cut from the outer edge into the first crossing score mark on both ends, and then you're going to repeat it on the opposing side, okay? So get my ruler out and go up to that first one, repeat on the other side, and I'll repeat this here up to the first score line, find the next one, and I'm going to make sure it cut through all the way. Good. Okay, then fold on all of your score marks. Making sure you get nice, crisp folds. Okay, now one thing to notice here, I don't know about you, but whenever I make boxes, I always run into this issue. So even though I scored in the same corner of my board on all 4 sides, and I cut at the same spot on all 4 sides, they are not going to be even. You see, there's about a 1/16 of an inch where it's taller than the actual edge of the box that I want it to be. And this could cause a problem with the performance of opening and closing the box, where these can catch on one another. So you want to trim these out. And the way you do that is, so this is always the top edge. So, always find the top edge, and if you have to, fold it in to find it. Okay, this is the top edge. I want to trim this portion right here. So I want to trim from this score mark here out inwards a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can use your scissors, use a knife, whatever you want. And see what's going to happen here now that I've trimmed it. When I fold it back up, I no longer have that overhang. Right? So you're going to repeat that for the other 3 sides. Same thing from the score mark in, and it just keeps things nice and tidy and a little more seamless and a little more polished. Okay, and once that's done, then you can go ahead and assemble your box. So put some adhesive. So this is the outside, this is the inside, this is the outside of the box. So put it inside down and put your adhesive up here on each of your tabs. And then just stick them all together. Line them up nice and square. And the last one. And there's our fourth box. Next thing I'm going to do, I have to put some tape. For fastening my box, you want to use something that's a little stronger than just your regular tape runner, because the tape runner is really probably not going to hold up as well over time, and plus you want it to be able to bear some weight after you fill up the box. So normally I use glue for most of my projects, but just for the sake of expediency, I'm going to use this here, and it's the Sukwang double-sided tape, and it is super sturdy. Okay. So I'm going to apply this tape just on here. Get this back in the camera. There we go. On 2 sides. Then I just wrap it right around. Put it at and apply it along the top edge of your box. Okay. I'm gonna just cut that off. Alright, so now, where did I put the box? Oh, here it is. Okay, now it's time to insert your trays into the box. Alright, okay, so you'll notice two of the boxes, I've applied tape on 2 sides only. Hold them in the same direction, right? The other 2 don't have tape, because these are the 2 sides that you'll see when you open the box. these are the two sides that's going to hold it inside your box. And then there's a third one where I've done the same thing, tape along the top edge, but also a piece on the bottom. And that is because this piece is going to get tucked in here at the very bottom. So I want it to stick on the sides, but I also want it to stick on the bottom. And the reason for that is so that you don't get this excessive warping or separation that can tend to happen. So I like to make sure that everything is fastened everywhere. So let's go and put this in the box. Alright, so we're going to bring it up into the corner. Now you want to try and get it lined up right the first time, because I don't find that tape is very forgiving, so don't rush this. So I'm going to have to find a place where, okay, where I can see and you can see. So you're going to just kind of slide this in carefully. You want to tuck it up in the corner nice and snug, and then press it into place. Right, so there is the first one. Press my tape down, and there's your first box, nicely installed. The second box you're going to take, and on the same side as you put the bottom one in, take your box, turn it upside down, completely upside down. Take your next tray, turn it upside down as well. With the tape facing in, you're going to slide this in flush to the top. All right, so it's gonna come straight up to the top, just the same as this one went down into the bottom.